video, I'll be showing you how to make a grapefruit bag. I saw this bag on the 17 Magazine Instagram page, and when I saw it, I was like, oh, I have to make that. That is so cute. So I went to my local fabric store and I went to the vinyl section and got yellow, white, and pink vinyl. For each color, I only got 1/4 of a yard because you really don't need that much. And with that 1/4 of a yard, you can make like 3 or 4 bags out of that. The total for all the vinyl that I spent was $10. The chain for the straps I already had at home, and the chain you can find at Lowe's or Home Depot. If you don't want to get chain, you can always make the straps out of the yellow vinyl and just sew it directly here without having to put this loop. The zipper can be any size you want depending on how big you want the opening. So mine is about halfway. You can even do it to where it opens all the way, or you can do it where it opens a little bit. If you don't know how to use a sewing machine or you would like to sew, I have a whole Sewing 101 series dedicated to learning how to sew. So if you'd like to check that out, I'll link that in the description box. After I made this bag, I was reading in the comments in the 17 Magazine Instagram picture, and some people were saying it's a lemon, some people were saying it's a grapefruit. So I typed in grapefruit bag on Google and it came up. The bag came up. And I found it on nastygal.com for $45. I only spent $10 to make this, and with those $10, I can make 3 or 4 bags with that. I really like how this bag came out, and if you make one, I would love to see it. So send me a picture on Facebook or hashtag it CraftyAmy on Instagram so I can see it, and maybe you'll be featured in my next tutorial. If you sent me a picture of your creations, stay tuned to the end of the video to see it. Thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, and comment below telling me what you think. Thank you for watching. You will need 1/4 yard of pink, white, and yellow vinyl, a grid ruler, measuring tape, and a white or yellow zipper. You will also need E6000 glue, and the pliers, chain, and D-rings are optional. A hot glue gun, sewing notions, and a sewing machine. This is the packaging for the chain, and I got this one at Lowe's. You also need scissors and a big and small plate or bowl. The big plate has a diameter of 8 inches and the small bowl has a diameter of 6 inches. With the Sharpie, trace the big plate on the back side of the yellow and white vinyl. Cut both circles out so you have one yellow circle and one white circle. Trace the small bowl on the back of the pink vinyl. Fold it in half twice and mark the midpoint on the back side of the pink vinyl. Take your ruler and draw a line through the midpoint, then draw a line 90 degrees through that line and repeat 2 more times. Cut the lines so you have nice even slices. You should have a total of 8 pink slices. Place them evenly on the white circle. Make sure you have about 1 inch of the white rim around the slices. Glue the pieces using E6000 glue. This is how it looks after the glue has dried. Measure the part of the circle that won't have a zipper and the other part that will. The side that won't have the zipper came out to 15 inches. And the width of my bag will be 4 inches, and that's including seam allowance. Measurements will vary depending on the size of your zipper and the diameter of your circles. The side where the zipper will be came out to 13 inches. For the width where the zipper will be, add 1 inch for seam allowance, so instead of doing 4, I did 5 inches. The side for the zipper, cut in half long ways. Sew each piece right sides together with the zipper. Use a zipper foot to make it easier to sew. When sewing this entire bag, sew using 8 to 9 stitches per inch. Sew the other piece right sides together. After that, top stitch both sides. This is how it should look. If you'll be using chain, split 2 pieces 4 to 5 inches long and attach it to the D-ring using your pliers. Next, measure your D-ring, mine is 1 inch, and add half an inch for seam allowance and cut it 3 inches long. Sew the long side with 1/4 seam allowance on both sides. Place it through the D-ring and sew a small stitch at the bottom to keep it in place. Place both loops on either end of the zipper and sew a stitch to keep it in place. Now place your other strip right sides together and sew one of the ends. Now top stitch the side of the bag. Place the strip around one of the circles to determine where to sew the other end of the strip. Use a Sharpie to mark your place and sew them right sides together. After sewing that and sewing a top stitch, place it right sides together with one of the circles. This part can be a little bit difficult to sew, but if you go slow and make sure you're keeping the edges lined up, you'll do great. To make sure you're sewing a nice circle, line up the edge of the presser foot with the edge of the circle. You might end up with a little bit extra material, so just bobby pin it and sew it when you sew the other circle. The next step I was supposed to do before I sewed the strip, so if you want to give your slices a cleaner edge by top stitching the slices, do that when the glue has dried completely and before you sew the strip to make it easier. Next, sew the other circle right sides together with the strip. Make sure the zipper is open before you do this so you can turn it right side out when you're done. Cut a little bit of the seam allowance around the circles. Use a hot glue gun to glue the seam allowance to the body. This step is important because it'll help keep the shape of the bag. I glued the seam allowance to the strip, but later I realized it would have been better to glue it to the circle instead, but either way will do. Here you can see the difference. The front side is glued and the back side is not. But of course, glue both sides all around. Measure how long you want your strap to be. Mine is going to be 30 by 1.5 inches. You can make your strap thick or thin depending how you like it. Sew both sides with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Place the strap through the loop and sew the ends. After that, you just finished making a cute grapefruit bag. Thank you so much for watching. Thumbs up this video and subscribe if you'd like to see more fun crafty videos. Now for the lovely creations you guys have sent to me. All of you did an amazing job, and it makes me so happy to see that you guys enjoy my tutorials and get inspired to recreate them and send me pictures. Thank you for all the support.